This right here is the LightSpeed POS, and this specific one is called the X Series, and they specifically designed it just for a retail environment. What you're currently looking at is a POS system that's actually ran off of an iPad. However, LightSpeed, this X Series, does it in a specific way where you can either run it off of a laptop or a desktop, and that could either be Mac or it could be a Windows-based computer. As long as you have access to the internet, you can actually run this device on, and you can actually hook up different pieces of hardware. For example, a barcode scanner, a cash drawer, printer, or all of the other accessories that you might need to run your business with a point of sale system. One of the things that makes this POS different from all of the other POS systems that I've reviewed is the ability to sell directly on social media platforms. And then if you're selling on Instagram, all you have to do is just connect your Instagram shop or your Facebook shop or your TikTok for business. And this POS does inventory extremely well because, for example, if you're selling on TikTok or Instagram, when your customer buys, say, one shirt, it's going to deduct automatically inside your point of sale system one shirt from your total inventory stock. So if you have 100 shirts, your customer buys one, the system will know that there's only 99 left in your store. And just to show you how easy the inventory is to add, if you already have an existing POS system, all you have to do is log into your back end, click on import, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take that, CSV or that Excel file, and you're just going to drag it and drop it here, and it's going to upload your inventory list into your point of sale system. Some of the things that you're going to need are going to be a SKU or a barcode number, product name, the retail price, and the supply price or the cost. So that way you can track different costs. You can find out what percentages for your margin you're going to make on that specific product, as well as having a tax rate on some of those specific products. For example, if you sell t-shirts, that's just going to be taxed at a regular sales tax. However, if you're selling alcohol, there's typically going to be a higher tax for those specific items. So you want to make sure that every single item has the correct tax rate applied to it. So now that we uploaded our inventory, we just go ahead and click on continue. What if you don't have a list of inventory or you're a brand new business where you're starting from scratch? Instead of actually importing a list, what you can do is you can manually add products. And how you do that is you just click over here, add a product. You can go ahead and enter in a product name. So for example, I don't know, we're gonna have candles here. What we can do is we can type in candle. This one is called Sand and Fog. We can choose a brand if we want to. Actually, the brand is called Sand and Fog. So we can add a new brand name. And we can actually go ahead and delete this, and we can go ahead and maybe we type in the scent of the candle, which is sandalwood. Okay. We can go ahead and write a product description if we choose to. Enter any tag names. So for example, if we wanted to tag it as candle, we can go ahead and add the new tag name as candle. Product categories as well. If we want it to be under bags, t-shirts, or again, we can also make a category called candle. We can do that as well. We can choose if this is going to be sold only on the point of sale system or if you choose to sell it online as well. I'll also go into how you can actually sell your products online, whether that be with the native LightSpeed online platform that they can set you up with, or if you want to sell on your own website like a Shopify, WooCommerce, or any site like that. Those sites can integrate into LightSpeed point of sale system, just so you guys are aware. What you can do is you can go ahead and drag and drop any images that you choose, and then you can go and select whether that's, a standard product where there's just one single barcode, if it's a variant product, so that way, each variant has a different barcode. For example, if you have a small, medium, large, or if you have a, different sizes, that would be a variant product, or if it's a composite product. Now, when we get down to the SKU part of it, we can either auto-generate a SKU, or if it already has a barcode, we can use the barcode that's associated with it. So for example, UPC, what we can do here is we can either type it in manually, or we can actually scan it in here with our barcode scanner. and then it's going to pop up here right on the screen. And then again, if we wanted to choose our supplier information, and for this one, sand and fog is our supplier. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in our supplier name there. And if we wanted to give them a code, we can do that. We can also type in a price. So for example, we got this one for $4.99. And then when we get down to our inventory levels, what we're going to do is we're going to type in the amount of inventory. So we have 20 of these in stock. Once we get down to 10 candles left, we're actually going to order more. And the reorder quantity that we're going to choose is 20. Just for some clarity, we have 20 of these candles currently in stock. Once we have 10 of these candles left, we're going to reorder more stock. And once we make that reorder, we're actually going to order 20 more of these candles. And a cool feature that LightSpeed just launched is a product location feature. So do you guys ever go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and you have to find a product and the store is so big you can't find it? If you actually go onto Home Depot or Lowe's website, it'll tell you exactly where that product is located. So you can do the same exact thing where you could say they're in aisle 2, they are in bay number 3, and is on the top shelf. All right. And then once you select that, when a customer goes onto your website, or if you're doing inventory, it'll tell you exactly where that product is. Another thing you can do is you can tell the weight of that product. And this is going to help for shipping as well. So this candle is 1 pound. You can go ahead, add some dimensions. We'll go ahead and say it's 3 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches. And right here, we're going to get into the different tax that's involved with all of your products. So for example, this product is just a standard 6% tax. However, if you sell alcohol or tobacco or any products that have a different tax rate, you can, pick and choose what tax rate goes with what item. So for example, if you're selling alcohol, maybe it's a 9% tax, right? You can make those specific tax rates here. All right, and then next we're going to get into the price. So what you can do is you can either do it by a percentage. So for example, you want to make a 50% markup. Your margin is going to be 33.33%. That means the retail price would be $7.49. Or you can just type in a standard price. Say you want to sell this thing for, I don't know, $9.99. And then it'll do the math for you. It'll give you your margin and it will give you the markup as well. All right, so now you have that. You can go ahead and click on save. And then now your products are added into this back end. So when we're ready to sell our products, what we can do is we can actually go over here to this cart button. Before we can actually make sales in our POS, we actually have to tell our point of sale system how much cash is inside of our cash drawer. Typically, you're going to start with something like $200. And then you're actually going to open your register. Okay, so now that our register is up and running, what we're going to do is we're either going to type our product or we're just going to scan our product in. I scanned our product. It's going to come up as that candle, the sandalwood, $9.99. Tax rate 6%. So our customer is going to pay $10.59. I mean, this is pretty common stuff that you've probably seen before. I just want to show you how simple it is with this system right here. Or, for example, if you wanted to type in candle, you can go ahead and click it. It's going to add another one to your order. So then you can just go ahead and click on pay. Now you can either pay by cash or you can use LightSpeed payments, which is just the credit card reader that your customers will swipe their card, dip, or tap their card on, which also takes Apple Pay, Google Pay, the NFC, like the tap to pay with your cards. It can take all of those modern payments. Another cool thing that you can actually do is you can actually associate a customer with this order. So for example, if I wanted to add Chad as a customer, you can go ahead, add Chad. You can type in first name, last name, and then you can enter an email, phone number, and you can actually email or send them text messages later on down the road when you actually want to push out some promotions to them. Okay, so say our customer wanted to pay just by cash. What we're going to do is we click on cash and we can either type in the amount here or it's going to give us some recommended amounts. For example, if our customer handed us $25, we click on the $25 and then their change is going to be due right here, $3.82. We can email them the receipt or we can just print the receipt. And in some cases, some customers are going to want a gift receipt as well. In this one, They don't want a receipt, so we'll just go ahead and complete that sale. And then it's going to go back to this screen and we're ready for the next customer. One thing that I've noticed that a lot of retail point of sale systems don't do is loyalty. LightSpeed POS does loyalty extremely well. Now, what you can do is you can actually associate a percentage or, like points with a dollar amount spent. So for example, loyalty earned per sale is 2%. So it says with this percentage, a customer will earn $2 on a $100 sale, right? Or if it's $1,000, your customer is going to earn $20 worth of, loyalty points. And you can also set up sign up bonuses. So if you want your customer, as soon as they sign up, they get $5 off. So that way your customer can build up those reward points. Some of you guys might live in smaller towns and, everybody kind of knows everybody. So for example, your neighbor comes into the store and their kids shop at your store, but the kids don't have credit cards, right? What you can do is you can create a house account. The kids can shop at the store, and then at the end of the month, you just bill the father for the bill. So what you can do is you can go onto the on account and then you can say, hey, the on account balance is $150. So anybody who comes in that you want to set up with a house account, $150, and then after that $150, they're kind of locked out of that account. And then the owner of that account would just have to pay off their balance. All right, so what happens if one of the neighborhood kids comes over to your store and they want to buy something from your store on their account, on their parent's account? What you can do is you can go over here and type in the parent's email. All right, and then you can just go ahead and start scanning their products. So now we have an account associated with a customer. So what we can do is we can go ahead and click on pay, and it also has their balance number here. So they have a $0 balance, which means they're paid up. So they can use their on account balance for up to $150 because that's what you're comfortable giving that customer. So you can click on account, and it's going to send an email to their parent's email, and it's going to show you that their balance is now negative. So they owe you $2.95. So what we're going to do is we're going to complete that sale. So inside of that email, it's going to show the parents they purchased, a smart water, and that price was $2.95. Okay, so now when you're over here on your sales history, what you can do is you can filter by on account and run a search, and it's going to show you all of the different orders that were on account. So for example, say the parents came in, a week later, 2 weeks later, and they actually want to make their balance $0. They want to pay up, right? So you can go here, click on continue sale, and it's just going to pull up that order. So you can go here, click on pay. The customer can then go ahead and pay for, whatever it is their kid bought. In this case, it was a water. Then we can go ahead, complete that sale. The parent's balance is $0. Now the kids can come back and, order as much stuff as they want up to that limit. And in this case, we set it up for $150. Okay, so now we're going to get into different stock levels. So for example, if you pull a report, you can see all of the items that you're currently low on stock of. So I know that we're low on stock of this item right here because we pulled the report. What you can do when you have to order those items is you go over here to order stock. You're going to choose the supplier. So remember, Sand and Fog is the supplier for these. We are going to either, have that supplier invoice number, which is optional, or you can skip that and then just go over here to the delivery date. So we're going to need these, we'll say Wednesday. We need those. And then we're going to scroll down and we're actually going to go here and we're going to scan in our item. So we're going to take our barcode scanner, or we can type in the product. We're going to scan that product. It's going to come up and it's going to say, we need maybe 20 more of these items at $4.99 is our cost. And the total cost is going to be $99.80. So this right here is our purchase order. What we're going to go ahead and do is click on save. Now what we can do is email this purchase order directly to our supplier. And we can even copy ourselves on that email as well. And then now here in our email and in our supplier's email is going to be that purchase order. It's going to have the name of the product right here. It's going to have the barcode, the order amount, supply cost, and then, the total cost right here. All right, so say a week goes by and we actually get our big box of inventory with 20 of our candles. Now what we can do is we can come back here. Here's our purchase order. We're going to click on that purchase order, and we're actually going to receive that order. All right, so receive the order. What we're going to do is we're going to count up all of the inventory that we received, all of the candles that we received. And in this case, we actually only received 18 of these candles. So now what we're going to do is we're going to type in 18, and we're going to receive those products. So we're going to receive that delivery. And then we're actually missing 2 right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create a new order. So what we can do is send an additional email and say, last order only had 18 units. Please send an additional 2 units because, those products were already paid for. All right, so now we're back in our stock control. And as you can see, this order right here, the 18 units was received, right, and was paid for. However, the additional 2 units, it was sent. However, we never received that order, and we're just waiting to actually receive it on our end. All right, so when it comes to selling online with LightSpeed, you can either use the native LightSpeed eCom app, which, LightSpeed will give you an online website. It's going to have all of your products built in, and it's pretty easy to set up. Or what you can do is if you already have an existing website, you can either connect your Bigcommerce, WooCommerce, or your Shopify store. And as soon as you make a sale on your online website, it's going to update all of your inventory. And if you guys want to engage with your customers, whether that's sending emails or text messages, what you can do is you can either connect Marcelo, MailChimp, or Pointy to your point of sale system. Now, there's a lot of cool integrations that LightSpeed has that I would say 99% of point of sale systems do not have out there. I'm going to scroll through some of them here so that way you can see them. But I think the most popular ones are definitely going to be MailChimp, Marcelo. Some people like to use Podium. QuickBooks is a huge one, so that way you can take care of all your taxes. It's going to import all of your sales, your expenses. It's going to show you what you're actually spending and how much you owe in taxes. Shopify is a big one. If you guys are doing a lot of shipping, ShipDay integrates with LightSpeed. This POS is extremely easy when it comes to barcode printing. So for example, if you already have your products within your POS, for example, this smart water, all you have to do is just click on that and then go to print labels and then the amount of quantity that you want to do. So if you want to print 1 label, you can print 1. If you got to print 100, you can print 100 different labels. So what we're going to go ahead and do is click on next. You can pick and choose what things you want to say on that barcode. So for example, if you don't want the barcode to show, you don't want it to be able to scan, you can do that. If you don't want the name on there, you can remove the name, the price, take off the price, or if you just want a bigger barcode, you can do that as well. For example, if we choose the 3x11 and we go ahead and click on print, it's going to print like a big sheet like how it is on the screen here. Or if we do the continuous feed, it's just going to print continuous 1 by 1 through one of those readers. If you're looking to get a discount on a LightSpeed point of sale system, I actually formed a partnership with LightSpeed, and anybody who uses the link that I have in either the comment section below or in the description below, if you click on that link, it's going to bring you to this page right here. And if you scroll down, you can actually claim 20% off of some of the software costs. So that's going to bring down, your monthly payment a little bit, and you're able to actually get a free credit card reader, but only if you use this link right here. So you're going to receive 1 complimentary LightSpeed payment terminal, which is this terminal right here. You're going to get that 20% off discount on the software, and you can even do a demo where you're basically one-on-one on a Zoom call with a LightSpeed rep. So if any questions pop up, you can actually ask them how LightSpeed can solve some of those issues within your business before you even buy the system. So make sure you click on that link down below. All you have to do is just enter in your name, email, phone number, company, what your annual revenue is, and then you're going to choose whether it's retail, restaurant, and they even have golf if you guys have some type of golf business. The business type, whether that's going to be apparel, bikes, electronics, and then your role as well. If you're the owner, just a marketing guy, and then you can go ahead and put a description of what you're looking for specifically in that point of sale system. So that way they can kind of prep on the back end so they can show you exactly what it is that you're looking for, whether that's feature-wise, pricing-wise. They can provide that for you. So click on that link down in the description below and claim that 20% off, as well as the free complimentary LightSpeed payment terminal. So see you guys over there. Peace.